right, welcome back everyone for another deep dive. And today we're tackling one of those questions that just keep martial arts fans up at night.
Oh, yeah?
Bruce Lee.
Jet lag.
Donnie Yen as Ip Man.
Ooh.
Who would win in a fight.
Now that's a showdown for the ages.
It is. And I mean, we're talking about three absolute legends of martial arts, each representing a distinct style and philosophy. We've got Bruce Lee, the icon of Jeet Kune, emphasizing adaptability, that be like water philosophy.
Right, yeah.
Jet Li, the master of Wushu, with agility, those just beautiful, precise movements.
Mm-hmm.
And then Donnie Yen's portrayal of Ip Man, the Wing Chun grandmaster, known for close-range combat and those lightning-fast strikes.
You know what's really fascinating to me here, though, is that it's not just about physical prowess. It's almost like these three represent different philosophies of martial arts, right?
Absolutely.
Which just adds this whole other layer to this hypothetical showdown.
It is so much more than just strength, right? It's mindset, strategy, years of dedicated training. So let's break down each fighter's approach a little bit here.
Okay.
So we've got Bruce Lee and Jeet Kune Do, and his philosophy of be like water. Can we talk about that for a second? Because it's not just a cool saying, is it?
No, not at all. It's really about being formless and shapeless, adapting to any situation. So in combat, what that means is reacting instantly to your opponent's movements, flowing around their attacks and using their own force against them.
Okay, so like almost impossible to defend against.
Very much.
Like trying to punch a river, right?
Right.
Yeah. All right, so then we have Jet Li, master of Wushu, incredible agility and just diverse techniques coming out of that style.
Yeah, and Wushu is almost like a performance art, but with real-world combat applications. You know what I mean? It incorporates those acrobatic movements, animal-inspired styles like you've got Eagle Claw or Drunken Fist,
right,
and lightning-fast strikes. So in a fight against Bruce Lee lies speed and precision. I mean, that could be a real game changer, right? He might be able to find openings in Lee's defense that, other fighters wouldn't.
That's a really good point, and it makes you wonder how Lee would adapt, right? Because his whole thing is adaptability.
Right, exactly.
But then we bring in Donnie Yen as Ip Man and Wing Chun.
Yes.
And this is a whole different game again, right?
Correct.
This is about close quarters, effectiveness, economy of movement.
Yes, Wing Chun is all about deflecting incoming attacks and then delivering these devastating counter strikes.
It's like efficiency.
Yes, exactly, like minimal effort. So imagine someone simultaneously blocking a punch while also striking a vital point. That's the kind of efficiency that Wing Chun is known for. And in a close quarters brawl, Ip Man's mastery of this style could give him a serious advantage.
So it's almost like each of these fighters has a kryptonite for the other, right?
It's true.
Ip Man's close quarters combat versus Lei's agility. Li's speed versus Lee's adaptability. It's so hard to even picture this fight happening in my head.
I know, right?
But, I was looking at some of the stuff out there, and a lot of people are saying that Ip Man would actually be the winner.
Interesting.
What do you think about that?
Well, this is where the debate gets really interesting, because determining the winner in a hypothetical fight like this is ultimately subjective, right? What are we talking about here? Are we talking about a knockout? Are we talking about a points-based system? A fight to incapacitate?
Right.
Each fighter excels in different areas, and the rules of the fight would heavily influence the outcome.
So even with all of the analysis that we could possibly do, we can't definitively say one of these fighters is superior.
Yeah, it really comes down to context and interpretation.
Yep, and we also have to remember these fighters come from different eras, trained under different circumstances.
Completely different worlds.
So those direct comparisons are almost impossible.
Yeah.
So where does that leave us? Are we just left with a bunch of what ifs?
Well, not necessarily. I think the real takeaway here is that we can see the incredible diversity and richness of martial arts, right?
Oh, yeah.
Each of these fighters embodies a unique philosophy and approach to combat, and they offer valuable lessons that go way beyond just fighting.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So instead of trying to crown a single champion, we should maybe be focusing on what each master can teach us about discipline and self-mastery.
Yeah, and the art of combat,
Exactly.
Think about it this way. How can you apply those principles of adaptability, precision, and focus, to your own life, your own challenges?
That's a great point.
It's something to think about, right?
Yeah, food for thought for sure. Well, this has been a really fascinating deep dive, I think.
It has.
And for all of you listeners out there, I encourage you to, delve a little deeper into the world of martial arts.
Yeah.
There's a wealth of knowledge and inspiration to be found in each of these styles. And you know what? You might even discover your own path to mastery.
You never know.
All right. Thanks for joining us.
Bye, everyone.
We'll see you next time.
See you later.